It's all about making a long-term investment, and what better investment could there be than that of a girl child, and empowering young women across the world to be able to have the tools to be able to beat their circumstances no matter what. We are talking about a global campaign called Girl Rising, which aims to do exactly that. And at the heart of the campaign is an incredible feature film that follows the unbelievable lives of 9 young women. This really is a triumph of the human spirit. Here's a little taste.
Regrets collect like old friends, here to relive your darkest moments. I can see no way, I can see no way, and all of the ghouls come out to play.
This is how it happens. One girl follows behind the other until together they move forward towards something, a future.
Wow, goosebumps already, and that is just a snippet of what looks like an incredibly powerful message that is now spreading across the globe. Now, someone who is very close to this campaign and someone who is inspiring to us, Dr. Zahida Adam now joins us. She is the founder of FEED, an organization that aims to feed, educate, empower, and develop young South African women and send a message to the rest of the world that this is something that we all should be doing. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us. I have to ask, does it make you feel proud when you see that feature film to know that you are part of this campaign?
Yes, definitely. You know, at the heart of the campaign is the movie, but FEED, the acronym FEED, basically stands for Feeding, Educating, Empowering and Developing. And the movie was actually, it's a movie, it's a documentary, a narrative, and it has some cartoon characters. And the movie was, or documentary was put together by an award-winning writer, Robert Robbins. And it's got a brilliant voice narrative as well, the likes of Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, Salma Hayek, Selena Gomez. And a lot of the accents, you know, are tuned to those from the 9 girls from different parts of the world, mainly developing parts of the world. And this was the main onus of the movie was to alleviate global poverty. Now, how do we do that? We do that through investing in girls, because you find in most countries, often in low socioeconomic conditions, it's women who head the home. They're breadwinners, they look after the children. And we have the same scenario playing out in South Africa with the scourge of HIV, a lot of homes being child-headed.
I was going to say, it's not just women, it's children
exactly.
who are running
so,
these households.
Yeah, in South Africa, you know, we have a situation where the primary health care giver is a child. And that's why with the number of orphans or young girls we have in South Africa that are heading homes, before, like the likes, we've done an initiative with Cotlands. You know, Cotlands was previously residence-based, but now the onus is on taking skills and taking education to the primary healthcare giver. So it's no longer residence-based. We're trying to upskill, you know, healthcare givers in order to ensure that we can, you know, the outreach is greater. And this is what FEED does. You know, we feed on a daily basis. We've got about 22 centers we service. We're feeding, you know, in excess of 600 kids at residence-based homes.
Wow.
But we also partner with schools. We've started initiatives with schools that our kids were at the likes of Nuclear Primary in Johannesburg. We've done stationary drives for schools in the Orange Farm area. But the onus now is, you know, beyond feeding, how do you break the web of poverty? How do you actually undo this cycle? And the only thing we can do is invest in education. And this is what Girl Rising is about. And why we chose Girl Rising is because in 2012, the UN declared the day, the International Day of the Girl Child, which was the 11th of October on Saturday. So we premiered the movie on Saturday. You know, it was a resounding success. People went home, especially from us having come from the Indian subcontinent where, you know, women appear to be submissive. And in South Africa, I guess in my context, I'd just like to make mention of my 2 grandmothers. My paternal grandmother was 13 when she was proposed or, fixed to my
Married off,
grandfather.
yeah.
She was married at the age of 20 and put on the ship to South Africa with her young groom. At the age of 27, she was widowed, 7 children later. So my dad and, his family grew up under adverse conditions. My mum, on the other hand, her mum was a so-called white South African, and she had to leave Kimberley after the Second World War to come to the city to try and look for work because her dad had died. She then met my grandfather, who was, I guess, half Indian and half German, but she married him, and because of that, she had to forsake her privileges as a white citizen. And, because of the Group Areas Act and the Immorality Act, she then moved to a colored area. And that's where my mom and them grew up. But, from this, we developed a whole lot of social matriarchs, the likes of my grand-aunt, who was Rahima Musa. Wow. My cousin, who was Firoza Adam, she was the first whip for the ANC in Parliament. Sadly, she passed away, when she was very young, at the age of 33, I think within 6 months of, taking up a position with the ANC. So our family have always, we've always striven for gender equality, racial equality. And that's why this form, for those of you that get the privilege of seeing it, resonated with me. Because I believe that, you can rise above adversity if you seek education. And thanks to my mom, who was with 3 sisters, she was insistent that all of us get a university education. And our women in feed are such dynamic women, whether a lot of them are educated, but even for those who have chosen to, look after their families, they give so much time to the organization, and they're willing to give so much time out there to the community. And, it's 9 years. I'm the founding member of FEED. I chose to start FEED when I returned from Dubai. I lived for 8 years in Dubai. It was like Never Land.
Wow.
Everything new and high and stuff like that. But I wanted to be in the new democratic South Africa to make a difference.
And you are. And that's, I think, the ultimate message that we have to send here is that you are making a difference. And if you as a single individual can have this kind of ripple effect, what all of us can do if we band together. But I love the fact that we are focusing on a vital pillar of our community in the girl child. And we can find out more at feedsa.org.za. I'm sure we are going to cross paths many times as your work unfolds, and hopefully it has the momentum it needs now here in South Africa. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us. And we look forward to hopefully giving you that platform to really spread the message on a much greater scale.
Thank
you so much for joining us, Kat. Well, it has been an inspiring day so far. What's coming up next, son?